Okay, once human. So we've got a bit of a crazy challenge happening this time. Can we make it to the top of the lighthouse? So here's the lighthouse in question. It is southeast of Blackfell. It's pretty easy to spot on the map. I don't know why they've got a lighthouse in a landlocked region. Maybe it's meant to be a shot tower or some other fancy sort of thing. Either way, we want to scale it. So let's go. Start with the easy stuff first, just to make sure we're not wasting our time. Well, we are wasting our time, but make sure that there's not some easy way in. So door is locked. As covered last video, we can place a motorbike and jump on it to get some extra jump height, useful for making, say, jumps like that, which you otherwise couldn't make. We can make it up here, but as you can see, we're a long way from the top, and there are no doors or entrances or anything like that. So challenge continues. So having a look around, the nearest place that we could possibly glide down from is this mountain over here with a tree on it. The problem with this, though, is that if you have a look at the map, this mountain is actually surrounded by sheer cliff faces on all sides. So a little bit of a troubling development, but nothing that we can't handle yet. What we're going to do, if we just skip forward, is stand on our motorbike. We're going to place a motorbike, jump off the last one, and land on the new one. Rinse, repeat. You can time it so that you can scale pretty much any cliff face. If you fall, you slide all the way to the bottom, and it is a long way up. So quite a time-consuming process. Let me just skip through to the final jump of this thing. It took me quite a while, so I won't bore you with the video there. A little tip, by the way, for if you are attempting this to scale a cliff face or other such surface, try and stick to the handlebars, because there is a much smaller chance that you're going to slide off the bike, and it's a long way down, or at least it is in this case, and yeah, pain in the butt to have to restart over and over again. Okay, so I thought I was actually going to fall off there, but I made the ledge, so huzzah, a couple of victory jumps. We are up the top of the mountain range. We'll have a quick look around just to give you an idea of the height that we've managed to get here. But as you've probably guessed, this is not going to be so straightforward as just to jump to the lighthouse and hey, all is done. No spoilers though. So here's the highest point that we can get to, which is close. So I'm going to get as much extra height as I can. So I'm going to build a respawn tent, and this is me just fiddling around to try and get the maximum height with it. And then on top of that, we're going to stick a motorbike, because they're the two things that we can carry with us. And then yeah, we're going to jump and glide, and you shall see the result of this attempt. I don't remember actually taking this long to place the tent, but that's okay, it won't take too much longer. Looks like I found a spot that I'm happy with. Okay, on to the motorbike placement. Motorbikes, by the way, they do slide just a little bit when you place them, not by much, but then they tend to stick like glue. So if you have a look when I actually eventually place it on this tent here, it will slide from where I first stick it back maybe a couple of centimeters. And okay, now that it's stuck, that's it, it's stuck like glue. You're not going to knock it over by jumping on it or moving into it or anything like that. It's part of the scenery now. Okay, so just make sure that my stamina is full, line it up, and go for the jump. At this point, you may guess that I was realizing just how far this glide is. You can see my stamina going down a lot faster than I would like, and also I don't really have the height, which is a bit disappointing, but we're not going to be stopped there. It looks maybe I could make that bottom ring of windows if I was lucky, with maybe a better start for a jump and less wobbling and all that sort of stuff. But realistically, we need to alter our plan. I'll let this run through so you can see just how close we come with this particular jump setup. And here I was actually starting to be a little impressed. I expected the top to be not complete, as a lot of these games are. They just don't bother going to the detail of inaccessible places. This looks like it's actually got balconies and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, I ran out of stamina just shy of the lighthouse and fell to my blackout demise. But not to be stopped by that, we have two things that we can do. First, we have to address our stamina problem. So for this, farm up some deviated mushrooms. Can take a bit of time, but not too hard. And we're going to use these to make stardust mushroom soup, which gives us more stamina and slower reduction time on the stamina that we do have. So that's our stamina problem pretty much solved. If you haven't tried this particular dish before, it's actually extremely powerful. Like, it sounds like, okay, you get a little bit more stamina. Actually, it's really quite hard to have your stamina run out. The second thing we're going to do is move our base all the way to the top of this mountain. This is a foundation as high as we can go, and a staircase as high as we can go, and then a platform, and then a jump pad so that we can get all the height we can possibly get. Don't worry about my base in the background there. It's looking a little bit out of place halfway through a cliffside. But okay, so here we are at the top. Quaff the stamina potion. This was the first time I'd actually used one, so I wasn't sure how long it lasted in the scheme of things. I know it gives you a time in seconds, but that doesn't actually tell you much when you're playing the game. And okay, straight into the jump. Let's see how we go this time. That was me injecting myself with spring legs, by the way, just to get that extra little bit of height. You should always carry a spring legs with you in the game. It's just the most useful item that you can possibly get. You get it from the frog deviants, which you find at lily pads, and as a bonus they also give you infinite amounts of bait, universal bait for fishing, which if you want the northern pike or you want to get some of the rare fish or whatever it is, you need the bait, and it's a pain in the butt to go farm up corn and make the bait. Then anyway, I strongly suggest the leaper minion as one of your mandatory must-have in your base minions. Okay, so obviously got the height this time, which is great, and the stamina. So we're going to make it. You get to see what the top of the lighthouse looks like. I don't think people were expecting us to make this to the lighthouse. It would have been nice to find a little surprise of a hidden storage box. Would have been more than enough to keep me happy. As it is, we get to look around and say, hey, we were here. So just enough height to make the top lip, which is all we really wanted. If you have a look down the middle, it doesn't go all the way down. It does go a little way down into a little, let's call it a cell block, because once you fall in, there's no way out. Yeah, and challenge completed, I guess. For those wondering why you do a challenge like this, again, I say why not. Doing crazy stuff keeps me entertained with these sort of games. Here, I thought I might leave a message for anyone crazy enough to follow me. But I actually have a bug on my character, which is not an uncommon bug. I think it happens to about 1 in every 10 players or something last I looked, where you can't actually leave a message. So I'll just show you, why not. I've got a whisper. I go, hey, okay, great, I'd like to leave a little tag now, or whatever it's called. Type in a nice simple message like, nice find, sure, leave message, and invalid characters. Sure, I mean, it doesn't bother me too much. I don't really care about leaving messages. But if the devs are watching this and going, hey, well, maybe we should put something at the top of the lighthouse. Hey, can I ask that you also fix the whispering message system, just to... It's annoying to not have access to a part of the game which is everywhere. Anyway, we can't get out of that little hole, and we haven't explored around the rest of the lighthouse, so let's do the jump again. I will just fast forward. I managed to get a bit of a straighter line this time, a bit of a better jump, so we land on our feet instead of scrabbling to the ledge. Yeah, still not too much to see, but again, maybe you're interested in, I don't know, you could jump to the top of the hospital over there and get another vantage point which no one else has had. Or you could, I suspect you could use this method to get to some really rather strange places in the game. But I don't want to mislead you, it was extremely time consuming to scale that cliff face of the mountain. So really, I recommend that you just be happy watching someone else waste their time. If you want to do it yourself though, please let me know where you've made it to in the game in the comments. I would be fascinated to know what other places people have made it to with the motorbike trick. Okay, so second ledge, really nothing to see. A couple of windows, which is fine. I'm not sure we can actually build windows like that in our base, which is, whatever. Down another level, we're not expecting to see much. Some wooden banisters, which, okay, sure. I did think about setting up a respawn point here just for a bit of fun, but I realised that it's in an enemy stronghold, so you're not actually allowed to do that. Bit of a shame, but that's okay. In theory, you can get back here whenever you want. In practice, I wouldn't do it again. And yeah, I think that's everything. If you got any questions, do feel free to ask. I think this was pretty straightforward. It was just a little bit of silly fun. And yeah, feel free to share your own crazy adventures in this game. And otherwise, maybe I'll catch you around the island of Nelcott sometime. See ya.